2024. It is officially 7:30. I'd like to call to order this meeting. All right. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you, everyone. Madam Clerk, can you call the roll?
Mayor Stewart,
Hold on, we don't have audio. Give us 1 second. All right, try again, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Stewart,
Present.
Vice Chairman Barhart,
Present.
Councilmember Sajad,
Present.
Councilmember Lethledge, Councilmember Oscar,
Excuse.
Councilmember Downing,
I just want to state to record that Councilmember Kirsten Leftwich is ill and she will not be present during this meeting today.
Thank you.
Oh, that's all that's, okay, does that include the roll call?
yes, Councilmember Downing was the last one I called.
Okay,
She's
she's not hearing you.
So
So currently, we do not have a quorum, but we're gonna go forward with the meeting, we just won't, be able to approve any legislation or items on the agenda. Meeting rules are in, meeting rules are in plan to talk to citizen participation. We have 3 minutes here tonight to give the name and, wish everyone, not the full address, but the name and we can't approve any meeting minutes, we don't have the forum, so we're gonna go right down to number 7, presentation of the voting. Presentation of the family burn to the grand committee.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, citizens, new people. Good evening, those who are online. With great pleasure and excitement and joy, I am here to present the out-of-state team, who's not here tonight. I will call their names in a minute. We were notified that the town's application for federal realm protection was approved. We accumulated 255 points and completed the mandatory party action, and we received this Rocks Award. But I'm gonna tell you what this means. Our goal, my goal, was for us to receive 400 points. And the Green Team, we do wonderful and exciting things. We do community garden. We've planted trees in town. We've created cooling stations. We have supported and had input in the microgrid, the building of the 6 net zero housing projects. All of this is moving the town in a new direction, and I call it the Renaissance for Fairmount Heights. We have a new and better beginning, and this award is only the part of it. I'm so glad that you're here, Green Team member is here. Our Green Team members are, some may be online. I want to first thank Council Member and former Mayor Patricia Waiters. Okay, former Council Member Tim Burley, who's not here. Former Council Member Jacqueline Morgan, a new member. We have a new member, and she's excited about being a member. Daisy Capers, who's the CEO for the Fairmount Heights Community Development Corporation. And with her hard work in funding, I know Mr. Pena is going to talk about it in his report, that they have provided funding that we have been able to create and prepare our alleyways so they are not overgrown with weeds or water, and there'll be a walking alleyway. On this one particular alleyway, we have solar lights, solar energy, and we have complete landscaping. Ms. Capers and your next member, Renita Flood, thank you. Thank you, thank you on behalf of the town for all the wonderful work that you've done. Mr. James Pink, who's walking out, who is our code enforcement officer, who was one of the original members, and he has assisted us with a lot of the construction. Yesterday, when they were installing the planters, he was over there assisting, adjusting all the heavy-duty equipment. He has a construction background, which we have used. Also, Mr. Marvin Cradle, thank you for coming in. He is our supervisor of public works. James White is not here. John Maison, who's a member of Public Works, and we have another new member, Marvis Harris. He's a member of our new team. We have Mr. Warren Eggleston. We have a professional chef who lives in town. Mr. Warren Eggleston, who lives in the townhouses, who's provided us with a lot of ideas, and he's going to help us gain additional points by having classes. We're thinking about having classes that's going to attract the youth in terms of careers as a chef. I don't know whether any of you watch Chops and watch the cooking channel, so we're going to have a few of those kinds of competitions going on to attract the children. Thank you, Mr. Eggleston. Then, of course, myself, I'm the coordinator of the Green Team. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I'm an outdoors person. I've enjoyed every minute. And on behalf, I'm going to stand so you can see this, on behalf of the town of Fairmount, I forgot to mention Councilmember St. John. I want to thank you for always being present. She was there at the fall municipal league meeting. She was there to receive our honor. And so there are a lot of pictures, a lot of press release. Mayor and council, on behalf of the Green Team, we present this plaque. We have, we can take a picture.
Oh, yeah,
We're going to present this plaque to our wonderful,
You got your phone out?
yeah?
Oh, let's stand in the front here.
Okay, great.
Come on, St. John, get in this picture.
And you too.
Anybody that's on the green team, come on in here.
Come on, Green Team, but just help it.
This is a huge accomplishment.
It is.
Thank you for your hard work and your commitment as well.
Okay. Yeah. However, we cannot do it until, but we're starting now. We're starting with the garden. Anybody out there who's interested in gardening, we're going to be funded to build 3 greenhouses. 2 we're gonna plant trees, and the other we're gonna plant vegetables. Thank you very much. Well, that concludes my presentation, and I'm going to, Mr. Cradle, I'm going to put this back in your hands now. We can now display it. Thank you.
All right. Moving down the agenda, the next item is the swearing in of Ms. Patricia Waiters. Just give us 1 second while we get situated here and I clean my glasses off. Waiting on the chief.
Chief, come back. Give us 1 second. It's like, would you like to get come on? It's like,
Oh, that's something that you should, we didn't even talk
like to
to
get
anything.
your space. Okay, two. Okay. All right, where I need it position.
I'm sorry, everyone, but the volume is very low. We can't hear you.
No, I'm right here. It's a whole thing. What's your name right here? There you go. All right, is that a good position?
You'll need to be near the microphone.
Okay, is that better? All right.
Barely.
To me, hand, okay, there you go. I, say your name, do swear or affirm, as the case may be, that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and I will be faithful and bear true alliance to the state of Maryland, and support the Constitution, the laws, therefore, and I will, to the best of my skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of council member for the town of Fairmount Heights, according to the Constitution and the laws of this town and state. Congratulations. Councilwoman Wade, welcome back. Like you never left. Look, I'm leaving.
We'll get it. No, not. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm signing your check. No, I got it.
Huh?
For everything.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. Good evening, guys.
All right. So we're gonna move down the agenda. We have a guest speaker from Avia in reference to the stop sign camera program. Sir, please come up.
And this is Casey, the representative, Drew's not here, but, you can just give them a brief overview, and then any questions you may have.
Okay. State your name, please, and where you're from.
Chase Lawson, I'm with Avia.
Talk to the microphone.
Thank you. So a brief background on the program, it's stop sign enforcement, so deployed in areas where the chief you all will decide. And basically what it does is it automates the ticketing for stop sign violations. Sure.
How long has this company been in existence?
Absolutely. So Avia is based out of California. It's been in existence for about a year. Yes.
Has it been put in any other communities?
It has. So we're currently working with 12 other municipalities in Prince George's County. And we're scheduled to go live. So I guess the background, House Bill 364 was passed by the Prince George's County Caucus and amended to answer the Fairmount transportation order. So stop signs went live July 1st here. And we have a signed contract with 4 municipalities where we're looking to go live in the middle of December.
Okay. And what is the main purpose behind this program?
Sure. So the program is to prevent basically traffic collisions, but specifically injuries or pedestrian fatalities that would occur in intersections where stop signs are present.
Okay. All right. I'm going to open it up to the council. Does the council have any questions about Avio or to Chase?
Yes. So we've already done one traffic study, and we're planning to do more. Obviously, we'll work directly with the chief on that. So we did do one traffic study, and what that looked like at the particular intersection where we're set up is about a 75% violation rate.
And that was over by, where former Councilwoman Wood Dawson is.
Veterans Monument. And I can send you a copy of that last traffic study, but we will have another one set up prior to.
Okay.
Right. And as soon as when we sign the contract, if we sign the contract, how soon can the devices be set up through the community?
Sure. So after you sign the contract, this is a little bit different than automated speed or red light enforcement. The locations that you all decide on have to be approved by the county council. So once we would have a contract in place, we would, through the pilot program, determine what locations that you all would like to place the devices, and then we would draft a letter to send to your county council person, and then the county council approves them in batches every so often. So they actually just approved the first batches on Tuesday or yesterday. And they're looking to approve their first meeting in January. So if a contract was to be put in place and we decided on the locations, those locations could be approved by the county council theoretically, their first meeting in January, and then we could go live shortly after that. So the product's a little bit different in that it's solar powered and it's run on batteries, so there is no, it's not required to run any utilities there or power or anything like that.
Yes, ma'am. Come on in, have a seat.
So we can be up and running within a matter of days once the locations are approved by the county council.
Okay. And the county council process, is it guaranteed that they will approve the program?
It's not guaranteed, so that's one of the purposes of doing the pilot program. So we basically want to show them that there are enough violations occurring in that particular location in order to justify the placement of a camera there. So it is not guaranteed, but you know, the first batch that we did submit, all of them were approved.
Okay. Are there any other questions for Chase?
Yeah, I have one.
Okay.
So if the pilot takes off and these are placed into these locations, is there then another contract that says these stay here for a certain amount of extra time? And if that is the case, are we able to reallocate them to other locations if we feel like it's done its justice or we have another high area?
Sure, and we can work directly with you for that. So we can, to answer your question, yes, we can move these around. So they're not trailers, they're poles in the ground. So the units themselves are not necessarily portable, but what we can do is we could decide what areas specifically that you would like to ticket. So for instance, if you put in 5 of them, and you only wanted 3 ticketing at a particular time, that is something that we could discuss and potentially do.
Was that your question, or were you saying were they mobile, meaning like once everybody gets accustomed to it being there and it's not serving its purpose, can it be relocated?
So that was he answered part of it, but yes, that was another part of it too.
Sorry about that. So
Yeah, it's okay.
I apologize. So the cameras are permanent, but we can, basically, I guess, to give some background, we can allocate other cameras that do not necessarily ticket, but still could give you traffic intelligence information. They're not mobile, but we're happy to look at putting other locations in that might not be purely for ticketing, right? That could just give you intelligence information. Like, because the software uses AI, we can spot things that other cameras can't. And generally what that looks like is if you had a camera set up, you can see if they're speeding when they run the stop sign, how fast they're going, if there's a pedestrian in the area when they run the stop sign. So you can look at some other variables that wouldn't otherwise be available with a speed or a red light camera. So long-winded way to answer your question, we can put more cameras in that are not solely for ticketing because the cameras are not mobile, right? They're not a trailer that can be easily moved around.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Vice Chair Barnhart, did you have a question?
She said no questions.
All right, is there anyone in the room that would like to ask any questions?
I just want to add one thing on, and I'll give you guys a copy. This is a copy of the ordinance that one of the other municipalities used to draft, because it's gonna have to be something that's added into the town ordinance. But that's just a brief look at what one of the other local towns are using as far as putting the ordinance into the town ordinance when you get ready to approve it, or if you approve it or not. Again, 59th and Veterans Memorial, 60th, 61st are the main cut-throughs from the District of Columbia through the town of Fairmount Heights to get to Addison Road. Very high volume of people just not stopping. I mean, sometimes not even slowing down, just blowing right through. And again, some of those issues are even our county school buses. So, even though there may be times where some people may, okay, we know it's a stop sign there, so we're not gonna run that. The minute you move them for a month or two, they're back running it again. But the other part of that is, we gotta make sure that we still have kids playing in that area, people walking their dogs up and down the street, that they are able to get across there. And we identify at least who they are. 85% of the violators who are running these stop signs, cutting through the town, do not live in the town of Fairmount Heights. They're just using us to cut through as a cut through. And they're cutting through, and it's gonna be detrimental to one of our citizens who live here just out taking a stroll with one of the kids playing. So I think it's very important to look at that. When we did that pilot program, it's new technology. It's the only one in this area, and we were able to get a hold of it to see what are some of the problems. So even with the speeding issues that go on in the town, some of the traffic studies that we've done on Addison Road and Sheriff Road. When I give you guys that paperwork, it's gonna blow your mind away as well. But everybody knows who drives and walks. Everybody's in a hurry at all times. I don't care what it is, what's it for. Nobody wants to stop at a red light. Nobody wants to stop at a stop sign. And it's gonna end up causing, and has caused many people either a fatal incident or some type of injury, whatever. So that's why the program is so important to us coming into town. One of the main things that we talked about, especially down on that stretch of Veterans Monument coming all the way down, it's a very bad area. On this side of the town, down by the ravine area, with that, where it cuts across the, it's a 61st and, I believe 61st. When we monitored some of that area, and then up by J Street and right on the corner of First Baptist of Fairmount Heights. Another area where it's just, we can sit and pull much traffic all day long and be tied up with traffic. If that's what we did, we could sit on Veterans Monument all day long and write 50 to 60 tickets a day if we had that kind of time. But we're running regular calls as well. But if there's no consequences, then it'll never stop. So that's all.
Thank you, Chief, for adding that information. So thank you, Chase, for coming out and presenting the information to the council and the town. Thank you very much. All right, so we're gonna continue to move down the agenda. I need to really keep my glasses on because I can't see. We don't have anything on the legislation, so we're gonna go right down to reports. Police Department, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Council, citizens of Fairmount Heights. I want to first start off by letting you know we had 25 calls for service from September 18th to November the 19th. Today at about 12 o'clock, myself and PFC Coghill effected a traffic stop on 61st and Josh, where it ended up being a felony suspect in reference to a first-degree assault warrant. We effected a traffic stop. Dispatcher came back and let us know that he was wanted on a felony first-degree assault with a weapon. At that time, we asked the individual to get out of the car. He refused. We got him out. We had a little struggle, handcuffed him, took him into custody, and the individual had a loaded 9mm gun in his jacket pocket. Once I grabbed him and understood why he was trying to resist me so much, I could feel the gun in his pocket, so I just had to restrain him so he couldn't move. He was fully cuffed, got the gun out. The weapon had an extended magazine, and he had 19 rounds in the magazine. He did not live in the town of Fairmount Heights. He was coming down Addison Road doing 52 miles an hour in a 30-mile zone. That's 22 miles over. That's considered reckless driving. That's why he was stopped. So he was taken into custody, arrested. The first-degree assault warrant was served on him, and he was charged with possessing a unregistered handgun. So tomorrow we take the gun to FEU, have him test fire the gun, and see if it's wanted in any other crimes here in the county or any place else. It didn't come back stolen initially, but by reading the warrant, it's a possibility that gun was used in the first-degree assault that an individual used. He allegedly pointed a gun at a young lady in a domestic incident. So we think that's all connected. So we'll talk to the detective. We had a gun test fired, and see what happens from there, and just get ready for trial with the young man. I wanted to talk about the holidays. Crime is spiking a little bit, not just in the town. I'm just saying overall in the county. Vehicle break-ins. I remind everybody, be very vigilant when you're in and out of these stores, shopping, getting ready for the holidays, putting stuff on your back seats, put them on your front seat. People are watching, and they are preying on people coming out of different places, even your homes, making sure your doors are locked. There was a meeting I was in last week in County Police Headquarters where there were individuals, and it was a group of them, and they would just go sit and watch different shopping centers and watch you come out from the mall and put your stuff in the trunk and then go to another store, and then they would send one team to hit the car while somebody else did the lookout. It's just the same thing. It's a time of the year where the criminal mind feels like they can get a lot for nothing, because people get a little lackadaisical. As we can all see, it starts getting dark at about 3:30, 4 o'clock now. It's getting dark very early. So just be mindful when you're coming in the house. If you have somebody that can look out for you when you're leaving, have somebody look out for you, and watch your surroundings at all time. We're expecting it to be the crime to spike just a little bit more the closer we get towards Christmas. 9 vehicles impounded so far this month. We also impounded the young man's vehicle today. It was legally registered to him, but it was impounded for safekeeping. On Monday, Fairmount Heights Police Department participated in Career Day at Robert Gray Elementary School. The principal called and asked, could we come and participate in the event? And myself and Officer Coghill, along with the Sheriff's Office, Fire Department, and Maryland Department of Transportation and Metro, we were the outside portion of Career Day. Our jobs consist of being outside, so we hosted outside. And then they had other people who come in who worked the inside. They had attorneys, they had another mayor from a municipality, people from JetBlue, a little bit of everything, just to give the kids a different thing to look at. It was probably one of the best things and best events I participated in a very long time. The kids were very grateful to see us. They asked great questions. Some of them came and took notes. They had their questions written down. It was a great day, and we spent a couple of hours out there with them and made contact with some kids, and some of the kids are from our community. So again, I've said before, we will be active with this elementary school. It's the home base for the kids who live in the town of Fairmount Heights, and anything we can do to try to bridge that gap between law enforcement and build the reputation and the trust that we need from this community, we will do everything we can do to build that trust back up. And prior to that, we did Fairmount Heights High School homecoming with the mayor and Councilwoman St. John's and Councilwoman Waiters, who are all alumni of Fairmount Heights High School. The parade was great. I had a great time at the football game, meeting a lot of the alumni. I think I might know more alumni than some of the people who actually went there. So it was a great event, and the school was very happy to see us there and wants us to participate whenever they have something. So I felt the love. I think the game could have went a little better, but but it was a great event for especially you guys being alumni and participating in that event. It was a great day for Fairmount Heights. And again, just wanted to touch base on Avio's presentation. It's a well-rounded company, and I can give you some of the towns that I know for a fact who are already done the the pilot program, which is town of Forest Heights, town of Glenarden, town of Cheverly, Edmonston, Comar Manor, Cottage City, and I believe Mount Rainier is getting ready to go, and maybe one or two others. When I sit and I talk with my colleagues in reference to some of the things that are happening and what we may need to succeed, I get a lot of great information from the other chiefs in the town. And one thing we have, when we did this pilot program, it gave me a real idea of what we were going to need to do to make this town safe as possible. Nothing is 100%. Like he said with the county council, nothing is 100%, but the county council wants us to succeed. I had a brief conversation at an award ceremony with 2 county council members about this same program, and they were very high on the program. So I think we will be successful with it. Again, the project is not about just finding people money for running stop signs or running red lights. It's about knowing where you are and what you're doing when you're coming through here. Be aware of what's going on. Everybody's so distracted with their phones, and they're smoking in their cars and the radios, and they're not paying attention. And we don't want any of our community members to be affected by that. So I conclude my report.
Thank you. Before you leave, Chief, did anybody have any questions for the chief? Okay.
Everybody all right? Good.
Anybody online? Did you want to mention your coach?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. December the 14th. This will be our 3rd annual coach and toy drive here at the town of Fairmount Heights. We will be hosting. The first 2 were very successful, and we expect this year to be just as successful as it's been. We are getting in donations. I believe so far I've probably gotten 6 or 7 boxes of coat. These are brand new coats that, you know, I go out and talk to different people about donating in my program. And just give you a little background on my program. When I first started doing this, before I came to the sheriff's office, where I would be out on patrol and work in different areas, and I would see the kids out at school buses and different places, and it's 25 degrees out, and they got a little fleece jacket on. I'm like, well, where's your coat? And I'm like, I don't have a coat. What do you mean you don't have a coat? And sometimes we get so caught up in thinking, expected everybody has what you have, and they don't. And it was something just as minor as a kid needs a coat. So the next day, those kids came to the bus stop. I had coats, brand new coats for all of them, so they can be warm. So that's how I started with this whole program of a coat drive, and just taking care of people who need assistance a lot more than some other people. And then we added into the toys and stuff like that. So last year was great. This year we're looking for more donations. And December the 14th, 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, we got a 3-hour window right here at the town of Fairmount Heights downstairs. So please share the word, and please try to have the kids with you when you come, so we can make sure the coats are a good fit, they can try them on. And we also, last year, I think we had hats and gloves and stuff as well. So we try to do it all, so if we can.
Thank
Okay?
you, Chief.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The next report is code enforcement. Mr. Pinckney.
To the
Thank you.
mayor,
Thank you for accommodating me. I'm sorry.
yeah, it's all the way home.
That's all right.
The mayor and the council and the residents of the town of Fairmount Heights. This is my report for November the 20th, 2024. For this period, we have issued 2 civil citations totaling $2,000. We've issued 1 building permit totaling $191. We've issued 1 business license totaling $785 plus $400 in late fees. We've issued 1 rental license for $100. We have not had any vacant building registrations, nor have we had any vacant lot registration. We have issued 18 corrective notices for various code violations. Additional information. We have received complaints concerning chickens being kept in residential backyards. We've sent out the notice and the regulation concerning the keeping of chickens. You have to have at least 20,000 square feet in a residential neighborhood to house chickens. Okay, roosters are not allowed.
At all?
At all. Okay?
Don't they know we have foxes in this community?
Right.
Foxes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anyway. Okay. On November the 13th, 2024, the District Court of Maryland for Prince George's County awarded the town of Fairmount Heights $3,750 for various cases. There was 1 case against Mr. Hamilton, 1Z350222926, that was not called, and I asked the state's attorney about the case, and she stated that it wasn't on the docket. But I have the affidavit right here showing that was scheduled for the 13th of November, so I'm gonna have to reissue that.
Mr. Hamilton seems to be very elusive when it comes to court dates.
No, he was there. He was there.
Oh.
Let me finish.
Oh, Mr. Hamilton.
That's Mr. Hamilton. Let me
You
finish.
remember me, Mr. Hamilton? You remember me? I used to work for your father years ago, Akiba Stewart. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Hamilton and his tenant, Mr. Timberlake, both called me after the court asking how could they go about receiving a business license from the town, and I suggested that they both attend the meeting on November 20th to present their position to the mayor, the council, and the residents of the town of Fairmount Heights, and they are both here tonight. That's Mr. Timberlake and Mr. Hamilton. Our attorney, Mr. J. Deloach, was in court with me on that day to observe the proceeding. I asked him how could we go about shutting the Hamilton business down, and he stated he would look into it. 2 concrete planters for the K Street parking pad was delivered on November the 18th, 2024. We anticipated setting the planters on Tuesday, November 18th, in which we did. The planters were set and the railroad ties was placed at the same time. During this period, we have issued $7,750 in citation, and we've collected $7,226. And this the planters that were planted, that was installed yesterday. And basically, that's the end of my report.
Thank you. Did anyone on the council have a question? Are we putting something inside these planters? Is it gonna be
Yeah.
flowers or something?
It's gonna be flowers like evergreen and whatever seasonal flowers around it.
And the planters are preventing people from driving?
Right.
Oh, okay. And we only got 2?
That's all you can get in that alley.
Oh, it's not large enough. Okay, because it looks like you can like drive around. Is
No,
that-
not with a car, you can't.
Oh, you can't?
You can
Okay.
use a motorcycle
Oh, motorcycle.
or something like that, but you can't use a car. Yes,
Go
ma'am.
ahead, Councilwoman St.
Is
John.
there something in the middle, because it looks like it's gonna take a lot to build.
It's gonna
that
take a
over.
lot of
But
dirt.
Can we put like bricks or stones?
I
Not bricks.
suggested we put some stone in the bottom
You
of
can't
it.
put stone either. And that's gonna kill your flower.
No, that's gonna help the drainage.
No,
If you
you put sticks and leaves and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about green. Okay, y'all
Yes,
got it. As
trust
long
me.
as y'all know what to do.
Well, maybe we can get with environmental.
Our green team will show you how to do
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Tell them you don't put bricks in there though. You do
I
not.
would have killed it.
No.
Well, it's deep. It's gonna take a lot of dirt. Okay,
Doing public participation, Mr. Hamilton.
okay,
All right, thank you very much,
Anything?
Mr. Pinckney.
okay.
All right. Mr., thank you. Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
Yes, yes. Mrs. Sarumi, Town Manager's report.
again, Mayor and Council and citizens and those who are online. I circulated my report to the council, my report that was ending for October 31st, 2024. So I'm not going to go over this report. However, I did send out today an amendment to that report, which is going to include many of the things that I did mention in that October 31st report. Already reported that on November 7, 2024, Mayor Stewart was notified the town's application for Sustainable Maryland certification was approved. We had a accumulated of 225 points and completed the mandatory and priority action, and we received a bronze certification. I'm excited about that. On the 7th and the 8th, 2024, I, along with our Councilmember St. John, we attended the Maryland Municipal League Fall Conference and received a certification award, which I've already presented to the town. On November 9th, 2024, I came back from MML, and I had started working on a grant. I completed and submitted the Sustainable Maryland Grant application, requesting a $20,000 grant for our community garden project to be located at the 4.4 acres owned by the town. In my prior reports, I've asked Mayor and Council to allow us to put the greenhouses there. The name of the project is A Farmer's Market for Our Community, From the Orchard to the Table. The town will be notified of the funding in early December 2024. On November 12th, 2024, the board members and staff of the Redevelopment Authority of Prince George's County toured the Net Zero Housing Project. If any of you in here have not had the opportunity, I suggest it's on 60th Place, 6 beautiful homes, 2,100 square feet, single-family detached, beautiful homes. We were so honored that the Redevelopment Authority came out, and so I was able to welcome our guests, and Mayor Stewart certainly represented the town well and presented the welcoming remarks. Attached to my report, and I'm going to have to send this out to the people online, is the project financing. Please hang on to this report. The reason that this financing project report is important because they are our partners. So you'll see the total project is 5.4 million, 5.41 million if I round it up. And so the funding will come from home sources. The Redevelopment Authority, who was here last week, they put in $1 million for this project. The federal government, through the Community Development Block Grant, put in almost $100,000, $96,393. Maryland Community Legacy, through the Department of Housing, put in $180,000, and then another $300,000 and another $200,000. Maryland Operating Fund. The MEA microgrid grant of $200,000. MEA was here yesterday for our groundbreaking ceremony. PEPCO also put in another $7,500, and then we had the Gap from Home, which is a federal housing project for $1.350 million total sources. At this time, Mayor, I have to present to the Mayor and Council again the event that I truly enjoyed. I don't know how to do this. On yesterday, I would like to present to the Mayor and Council our official groundbreaking ceremony. All of these things need to be put on display so the citizens will get an opportunity to see this. The groundbreaking was for the, tell you the name of it, the groundbreaking was for the William S. Pittman Impact Center, which is going to be at the school. They're going to have a culinary arts program, many other kinds of programs that's going to benefit the community. As I mentioned, we are experiencing a renaissance. Thank you, Mayor and Council. Thank you for your support, and please continue doing the wonderful work that you're doing with us. Okay. Yes, thank you. I was honored that you asked me to do that. Okay, so I think that is it for me right now. I had mentioned that in November 19th, that was yesterday, the UCAP had its ribbon cutting ceremony on yesterday for the William S. Pittman Impact Center. And that's going to be at a renovation and improvement to 400 Durwood Lane, Capitol Heights, Maryland. And then we left, we had a wonderful luncheon, and then we left and had an opportunity to visit the Fairmount Heights Elementary School. It was the first time I've ever been in the building. It's a huge building. I'm looking forward to the plans. However, since it's a historic site, the planning has to go through Maryland Capital Park and planning, and so I will keep you updated as we will receive a notice for input. Also, one important point, Chief, I know you were copied on this email. Warren Bills, did you get an email yesterday or today, Mr. Pinckney? Warren Bills is removing we're almost finished. Warren Bills is removing the construction fencing and construction trailer on Wednesday, November 27, 2024, and will install a temporary no trespassing sign, and the chief and the police will yeah, I'll monitor. Thank you very much. None of this would be possible without the team, and that has been like a flawless project. Again, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roman. Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Roman? Again, thank you for attending that meeting on my behalf. Huh? I'm sorry, Councilwoman Waiters. Yeah, I can hear you.
There's an attachment on the back.
Of her report?
Or, yeah, huh? Said- Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Okay, yes. All right, unfortunately, our treasurer had, a previous obligation and is not here, but however, we will put her report online for you to view. All right, the next agenda item is, we're gonna do mayor and council reports. I'll start this off with, on November 12th, I did attend the walkthrough at the Net Zero Homes with Mr. Roomy and Mr. Pinckney was there. They look very nice on the inside. The houses are, the modular, the Net Zero Homes were done very nicely, and it's gonna be a beautiful home to a first-time home buyer. I also have been attending the food giveaways. If you are interested, first and second Sunday of every month, we host the food giveaway starting at 3 o'clock, but they line up as early as 11:30. The food is that good. It is. I also attended the 20743 coalition meeting where we discussed the signing of the MOU, as well as the plans that this coalition will have for the 3 communities. So, and it was a great meeting. I look forward to getting that MOU signed by the council, which I will present at next month's meeting. A memorandum. Oh, so so the 3 municipals here in this municipal cities or towns, the town of Fairmount Heights, Capitol Heights, and Sea Pleasant are going to sign a memorandum of understanding where we're going to share some services so that it wouldn't be a burden on just one municipality. For example, our delegate Jazz Lewis would like for our police departments to be co-located in one building. That's one of the plans down the road. Don't know how long it's going to take, but that's one of the plans they're trying to do for us. They're talking about shared events. So when we did the book bag giveaway for the children, we purchased, what grade did we have? Middle school? We did middle school, Capitol Heights did elementary, and Sea Pleasant did high school. So we're doing shared endeavors. No, ma'am, not sharing of the budget, just sharing mainly with events and shared resources. So for example, when our trash truck went down, we reached out to Sea Pleasant. They were able to accommodate us at a cost to use their truck to pull our trash. So that's what we are doing this MOU with them with. And that's just an overview. The plan was, I don't have my plan with me, but I will, when they send us an electronic copy, I will put it online for you guys to read all of the things they plan to do. Okay? I think that's
all I did this month. Oh, I will be on this Sunday, the Masons will be packing the Thanksgiving Day baskets for the community. I will be helping out with that. It's from 1 to 4, if anyone would like to help. What's the address to the Mason building? Addison Road? Okay, 5500 Addison Road from 1 to 3 p.m. They'll be packing Thanksgiving baskets for our community. If you haven't signed up, unfortunately, it's too late. We do have some turkeys here in the building. Am I correct, Councilwoman? Okay, all right. All right, so I'll let Councilwoman Waiters discuss that, and that concludes my report. Vice Chair Barnhart?
I'm grateful to be delivered, but I'm not.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Give us 1 second to adjust the audio.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Congratulations, Councilmember Waiters. Welcome back. I'll give my report. The sewer drain marketing is almost complete, by the Public Works Department. Public Works Association meeting was held in October. I attended that meeting. They are looking for a new vice chair and president and secretary to host, their events, far as the Public Works Association. Parking planning meeting I have with them for November the 22nd, which is this Friday. I believe that's at 11 o'clock for the new renovations of the park at Fairmount Heights, which is up the street off Addison and Sheriff Road. The Light Up the Night Christmas contest is presently now. I'm not quite sure if the flyers went out or not, but I did send an email last month, asking if the flyers can go out for us, the community, for the Christmas contest. It will end January 5th. For the coat and toy drive, if possible, I would love if the council will participate in the toy drive for its donation. 6 toys a piece, 3 boys and 3 girls, different age limits. That way we can come up with extra toys for the children in the community. If everyone else would like to donate, that would be great for us to have more donation for the toys for the community. I already reached out to Mike from the Fairmount Heights Lodge, asking if they can donate 50 toys to our coat and toy drive that we'll be having December 14th. I reached out to the firehouse of Chapel Oaks as far as the toy and coat drive event that's being taking place again on December 14th. I talked to the chief there. He said that he's gonna try to fit it into his schedule for him to come past, him and the other fire department to come past to attend the toy and coat drive as well. I have a question as far as the tree lighting event. Did we ever get our Christmas tree replaced?
Mr. Romy, did we get the Christmas tree replaced?
It's gonna be replaced this week.
This week?
Or in the next,
Yes, it's in the works.
Okay, I don't think me and St. John had actually set a date for that until that tree get replaced, I'm assuming. As far as the Christmas tree lighting ceremony, because I would love to finish reaching out to the First Baptist Church at Fairmount Heights to help out with the Christmas Carol songs, and that's about all I have for my report.
Can we
Thank
still
you.
schedule the date for the Christmas tree lighting, even though the tree is gonna be replaced in the next week?
Yeah, St. John, we have a date?
Yeah, so, yeah, we could. Yeah, we just need to decide between if it's gonna be that Saturday or that Sunday, so the 7th or the 8th.
I can't hear her.
Can you hear me now? I'm actually,
I can barely hear you.
now,
Go ahead.
okay. Yeah, so either that Saturday or Sunday, the 7th or the 8th, unless for some reason we want to postpone it after the tour job, but those are the 2 we need to decide between.
The first week of December?
No, the 7th or the 8th. That's that Saturday or that, Sunday.
Okay, perfect. I can go ahead and reach out to the First Baptist Church at Fairmount Heights to see if they can at least sing 2 Christmas carols at the tree lighting event.
Thank you very much, Vice Chair Barnhart.
No problem. Thank you all. You all have a good day.
You ain't going nowhere, are you?
No, actually, it's raining outside, so y'all be careful. I hear it.
Okay. Councilwoman St. John?
All right, good evening, everyone. So I will try to go in order. I'm gonna kick off starting with the beginning of November, which will probably be a little bit redundant as we've all kind of done some of the same things. So on November the 2nd, I did attend Fairmount Heights Homecoming. What you guys haven't heard about was the cool float that the mayor and I put together and decorated along with assistance from Public Works. So thank you guys so much for getting that trailer together for us. But we were one of the showstoppers of not being biased on that.
You are
We
not.
had a nice setup, and we actually got to lead. They wanted us to pretty much start off the parade behind the ROTC, so we were right in the front. Everyone could see us coming. Then on November the 14th, we did have our 90th anniversary meeting. That committee meeting, unfortunately, didn't have much attendance, so we weren't able to make much progress. So that is being rescheduled to right after the Thanksgiving holiday. So date will come out for that soon, so no updates there. As far as the communication survey and all the efforts going into that, that has been kind of put on the back burner this month as there have been other focuses areas right now. So that is still a thing, and we will have an update for that during next month's meeting. I did also attend the Tribe Municipal meeting. So Mayor Stewart kind of just gave you guys a good overview of what we did there. Some other things I can tell you about the Tribe Municipal meetings that we have is basically we have 3 areas that we're focusing on. One of the main things being storytelling and branding. So when you hear the words 20743 Coalition, you actually know what that means. You know that means Seat Pleasant, Capitol Heights, Town of Fairmount Heights. So very, very excited to be a part of that project, and we'll have more to come on that next month in the work session and the town meeting. And then finally, I was able to attend my second fall conference. So fall conference for the MML is a pretty cool thing to attend, especially for new council members, mayors and so forth. So I am currently enrolled in the academy classes, and I have been actually attending and going to classes. So I'm happy to report that I only have 6 classes left before I'm eligible to graduate. I need 3 electives, 3 core classes. So great event, was able to do some networking, also built better gaps with Capitol Heights. I feel like we have done that for the most part through the food drive, but I was actually able to meet some new council members from Capitol Heights that I don't see here, and just kind of talk more to what we'd like to see done in the future. And that will conclude my report. Oh, no, I'm lying. So back on the tree lighting ceremony. So as you guys just heard, we do have to just make a decision between the 7th and the 8th. We are expecting to have carolers. What we'd like to see is a lot of kids in the community come. We want to have them actually build and make their ornaments that's going to go onto the tree. And I mean, that's not limited to kids. So adults, seniors, everyone come out. We want you guys to design your own ornament. We'll be lighting the tree ourselves, but you guys will put the ornaments on the tree. We'll do the carols, and then we'll do the lighting. We'll also have like hot cocoa station bar for everyone because we know it's going to be cold. So hopefully we can get a lot of participation in that event, and it'll be the first of many to come. And that will conclude my report.
Thank you, Councilwoman St. John, and congratulations on being 3 classes. Yep. Councilwoman Waiters, your report. I know you're very new to the council. You've never done this before. So, we're going to go easy on you today. But
I'm sorry. I won't be before you long, though. So I don't have a long report. Good evening, everyone. So when you spoke about the turkeys, I did receive 10 turkeys from United Communities Against Poverty on yesterday. And while I was there, I'll mention that I attended the groundbreaking as well. So with those 10 turkeys, they were given out. Requirement is that recipients have to receive the turkeys have to complete a intake form. So I do have those here. Before I give them back, I'd have to have them. This is private information, but I'd like to have them copied so that we can keep up with the individuals for future things that we're doing. Okay. 5 more are pending for Monday. First Baptist.
We already have recipients for the 5?
No.
Are we looking for recipients?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. First Baptist of Fairmount Heights on the 23rd is serving. I think they're serving dinners. I'm
they
not
are.
sure about, okay. The groundbreaking. Chief mentioned the coat drive. I do have, Chief, socks left over from last year that I'll bring. And I think, lastly, it's my understanding that I am the liaison over the senior.
The seniors, yes, you are. I was going to mention that. Thank
Senior
you.
citizens, which I'm proud to say that I am one. And so, it starts young. It starts very young. It starts.
Oh,
the
no,
age
we
starts,
did not know that.
The age starts very young, and so I'm looking forward to. I'm looking right now. I'm looking into different things and activities and things like that for the seniors to partake in.
Thank
So
you.
that concludes my report.
And welcome back again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so our treasurer did come in the building, so are you ready or are you? Madam Clerk, do you have the email Susan sent us earlier that you can pull up? There we go. You can stand and do your report if you like, Susan. Take the mic down with you. Don't break out in song now.
Trust me, I will not be singing. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Susan Walker. I'm the treasurer for the town of Fairmount Heights. And I'll give you a brief report for tonight. I do apologize for being late. So our total revenue budget for fiscal year 25 is $1,156,202. To date, we have received $499,713.44. As you can see, the largest amount of our revenue is in our general revenue, which comes from our property taxes. So last month, I reported that we were operating at that time in the red because we had not received our largest property tax deposit. And so we have received that. That's the largest amount that we'll receive for the year, but we always are able to get through the year by being very frugal with how we spend our money and making sure that we're paying attention to what we're doing. Our operating budget for expenses for the year is $1,118,196.92. To date, we've spent $258,085.68. One of the things I will point out is that you notice there's nothing spent so far for election because this is not an election year for us. But that does not mean that we won't have things that the election committee may have to do during the year. So we do have them budgeted for the year. And then in the event that we have to have a special election, we need to have money in the budget for that. One of the things I will also point out about the budget is that overall, as we go throughout the year, we try to make sure that we're not taking on expenses that we didn't plan for. But there are things that come up during the year that we didn't plan for that we have to take care of. So not knowing what's going to happen as far as the winter with snow and with inclement weather. Am I in your way? Can you see? Okay. We're at the point right now where we're kind of behind if we haven't started planning, and we have started planning. We have our SALT agreement. But now is the time that our Public Works Department, we lean on our director to make sure that we are ready for the winter. And so that's one of the focuses right now is make sure that we have things in place for winter. So you may see some things that come up that we did not plan for. For instance, right now, one of the things that we have an opportunity to get would be a bobcat. And we really do have a lot of things that we could use that bobcat for. Right now, we have to use outside contractors to do a lot of our work, to move our heavy equipment, to do some of our clearing of our different lots, some of the clearing of the alleys, and then just to be able to move some of our heavy equipment. So we are looking to see if we can purchase a bobcat. We definitely could use our ARPA funds to do that, or we'd have to look at our budget for that. And so I bring that up because under Public Works, we did not budget in that 435, we did not budget for a Bobcat. But that is something that we're hoping we'll be able to do through the ARPA funds. If not, then we'll have to look at the budget, see if we can do it, because it also will definitely help us with snow removal. We only have 2 means of removing snow. If we get a big snowstorm, we're more ready than we were 2 years ago, but we're not where we were several years ago when we had an outside contractor to help us, and former Mayor Waiters can attest to how that can be when we get back-to-back storms. So right now, between my office and Public Works, that is a focus, which is being ready for the winter. Ms. Russell, can you switch to the second report if you have it available? Yes. Okay, I know this one is kind of hard to see, but this is our ARPA report, and I brought this up in the work session and the pre-work session. As you will recall, all of our money has to be encumbered by the end of this year. And so we have already said how we were going to use the money, but there are 2 areas, Community Assistance 1 and Neighborhood Beautification, that we have not done anything with the funds in those 2 areas. Again, I'm recommending to the Mayor and Council that you consider the amount you can't see at the bottom. I believe it says $231,017.94. That's the amount of money right now that if we did nothing else with everything that we've planned, that's the amount of money that we would have to turn back over to the government. I believe it's $231,1794. But there are definitely things that we have identified that we need to use that money for. For one, we have a police officer that does not have a vehicle to drive. And so we need another vehicle. We really need 2 more vehicles for the police department. And one of the things that we did not do when we bought the 2 vehicles that we have now is we did not buy a large truck for police. Now, I know we have a pickup truck for Public Works, but that's not for the police department. Not that they can't use it, but they need their own truck. So there was a truck that we didn't get. It would be great if we could get another SUV and a truck so we can be done with vehicles for a period of time for the police department. However, I will recommend again that we consider putting the remaining funds towards splitting between the police department and Public Works, mainly because we do need to continue to staff the police department, and it would be great if we allowed Public Works to have another position, because we could use the extra help, because there's a lot more that Public Works is taking on. But if not, we would need. I would like to have
2 vehicles?
I would like to have the flexibility to have those conversations to look at what that would look like.
Okay.
Because for the police department, I would defer to our chief. If we were to take the 231 and put a large portion of that into the police department, then that would allow the chief to properly staff the department, which there's a need for that. And then we could look at funding a vehicle or 2, because remember, in 2025, 2 vehicles will be paid off. And not that I want us to constantly be in debt, but we could staff our department, and that would allow us to be able to service the community better if we had more officers. So let's at least have conversations about some of the options that we have. We don't have a lot of time. I know that there was a concern about you doing the other beautification project, but it's just not going to happen. We just don't have time for that.
Okay.
So those are my recommendations. And the last piece I would like to share, Ms. Russell, can you pull up the last slide? Okay. Our sign. I shared this last week in the work session, shared this in the pre-work session. This will be the sign that will go in the front of the building. Last couple things we have to do, Mayor and Council, is just decide the top part where it says Town of Fairmount Heights. Couple different options for that. We can center it so that the town isn't to the left. Those are small things. So we just need to make those small adjustments to determine how we want that top part to be. Do we want it to be blue, yellow, green? What color do we want? One of the things the vendor did point out to me today is that we know the sign is double-sided, but it can be different messages. So we don't have to have the same message on each side.
Oh, good.
So if we want to do 2 messages, or if there's a need to do 2 messages, we could do 2 messages. I will say that this one is a little bit bigger because it's 5 by 8 versus 4 by 8, just because we need just a little bit more space for where we can put our information. So we are ready to move forward. Mr. Pinckney, I do have to get with you because the vendor will pull the permits, but I couldn't answer the question, is it quicker for us to pull them versus for them to pull them? So we can talk about that. Maybe we can call the vendor together, figure that out, because that's one of the things that they have to do is they have to pull the permits. Either they have to do it or we have to do it. And the sooner we can do that, the faster we can move things along. Okay? So those are things I wanted to share for tonight. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan. Did anybody have any questions for the treasurer, council? Okay, I'll give you opportunity. All right, thank you, Susan. All right, under unfinished business, Susan's already talked about the ARPA, but council, next month we will have to decide where we're gonna reallocate the money to, so just be prepared to, have that discussion at our pre-work session. The other ARPA was the beautification of trash cans. Vice Chair Barnhart, this was your project? Vice Chair Barnhart? All right, she's not answering up. Okay, so we'll go down to, under new business, the ROI development 4.4. Is that you, Mrs. Saruni? Okay, please come up.
Okay, I'm back again. I know I sent the draft of the request for expression of interest to Mrs. Russell. Do you have that? Well, while you're looking, let me give you a little bit background information. I was contacted by Senator Joanne Benson, who was interested in looking for money and channeling money to the town of Fairmount Heights for development and the development of the 4.4 acres. And to start the process, without going through the bid process, the easiest way to do this is something called a request for expression of interest, EOI, okay? So the town of Fairmount Heights, a municipality located in Prince George's County, is seeking a request of interest from qualified engineers, engineering firms, general contractors, or developers to develop the land known as Parcel A, NLP 59 at 17. I'm giving you all the tax map information. Said property being in the 18th district. The EOI is a document that asks potential vendors, contractors, developers to detail their background and experience, and I did have one on my desk, in providing the requested service. The town is concerned about the vendor's skills and experience. Therefore, let me express this. Therefore, the response is not a bid because the bid process involves procurement. We're just seeking an expression of interest. And that's the way to get the process started. The statement of qualification experience must include the following: the company's corporate name, the legal address, and the contact person, detailed background and experience. List of all relevant projects include location and contact person for each, and explain why the company will be most qualified for the job. I wanted this to come under new business. I don't know if there's another step that the mayor and council need to take to allow us to publish our request for expression of interest.
It would have to go through the attorney first.
Oh, okay. I will send it to our attorney for review.
Okay.
Okay.
And the treasurer.
And the treasurer? Right, okay. That's fine. Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I got my instructions. I will send this on to the attorney for legal sufficiency and a copy to the treasurer. Okay, thank you.
Vice Chair Barnhart?
Yep, I'm here.
You had the ARPA beautification trash can on the agenda?
I do. So I had, did 3 different, websites that I looked for the trash cans, and each of them was kind of costly, except for the one that, showed Mr. Cradle online. Referencing probably like almost $2,500 to $3,000, 10 trash cans, and we're gonna do a color-coded trash cans to, kind of make it known in the community that we do have trash can. And I think he wanted 10 trash cans throughout the community so we could stop a lot of littering that's going on in the community. And I think our main points will be like the Eastern Avenue and Sheriff Road Portal, and some throughout the community. Because that's, he said the heaviest is on Eastern, Sheriff, and Addison, and some throughout the community. So that's our main focus.
Okay.
And I have all that great information for you all our next meeting, definitely.
Okay. So the locations, where will we put these trash cans, just, in theory?
We're trying to identify them locations as we speak.
Because we can't block the sidewalks, right? Am I correct?
No,
Okay, so they'd have to be on some type of grassy area.
correct. Well, it's like some type of corner.
Tree? I can't hear you. Okay, all right. Okay, I look forward, the council looks forward to seeing that information at our pre-work session. Okay, thank you very much. Now we're open to public comment. If there's anyone in the room that would like to get up and say anything, you can come up to the mic. Please state your name and what street or what.
Hello,
Hello, Mr. Hamilton.
hello, Mayor and Council and audience. I'm Solomon Hamilton, operate Hamilton Bonding at 5300 block Sheriff Road, and got in trouble with the town. Didn't have my license, and I was starting to shut down or slow down the business. So I was looking for other people to come in to keep up an income flow. I get a couple of people came to me about parking and operating their business as far as storing stuff and operating outside of the office. We ran into some problems because of one of the persons that came in there started bringing junk cars in, and the town had warned us, you don't want another junkyard. And it was beginning to be a junkyard. I have to admit it was. The guy had a cherry picker that I don't even know how he got it there. It was big and it was ugly and it was like it would never have a use. But not shortly, but a while after that, we're trying to get adjustments to, what are you guys, what is he doing? Then COVID came on and he got sick and couldn't get anything done. And of course, Mr. Pinckney was warning me that, this is not what the town wants, and you need to get in compliance. And best I can say is it took a while, and we're pretty much in compliance. We have one person here that wants to operate a landscaping business, and he's in the process of getting licensed. There were some cars that he had there. They've been towed away. There's another man that wants to operate a tow truck out of that site, but not bring cars there. He's in the process of getting licensed. And I just want to tell the town that, I'm sorry for what got out of hand with me, but I want to come in compliance with the town and become licensed with you and subscribe to everything that was supposed to be done. And if you want to say something about what you're doing, and it's actually was going to be a landscaping business, which I had suggested that, use it to beautify that place. If it's gonna be a landscaping business, maybe you're not operating the business out of that site, you're just using the sorts, but then everything should possibly be pretty. So that's where I'm at, so, I'm ready to comply with everything and pay the full fees and get going. I did go to court and I did pay my fine.
Okay, so currently, do you have a bail bondsman's business license?
Yes.
And we're not operating a bail bondsman's?
No, I have a bail bond. I don't have anybody come into the office now. I normally meet them.
Huh?
I normally meet someone. Say again?
You don't have a current license with us.
No, I don't. I said I'm ready to become licensed again.
But, so are you gonna operate a bail bondsman business, or are you operating, because you have to have right, you can't
Second.
change your business, you have to go through the whole process.
Okay, well, bail bonding, I'm still cleaning up the business as well as doing some other things with the business. So it's still in operation. I'm still licensed as a bondsman.
Okay, so Mr. Hamilton, we would like to schedule a sit-down with you so we can thoroughly discuss this. The code enforcement, the chief, and the treasurer and I, we would like to sit down and really discuss this in length about what you're doing with your business.
Okay.
So, are you available next week? Okay, oh, that's right, it's the week of Thanksgiving. The week after Thanksgiving.
Sounds like December.
That sounds like, the first week of December. Are you available the first week?
Probably, yes.
Let me look at my phone. Right.
Say it again.
Why don't we speak to the attorney first, and then we'll contact Mr. Hamilton? Okay, all right, is that fair enough, Mr. Hamilton? We'll, consult with our attorney, and then we'll schedule a meeting with you. We have his contact information? Okay, so, you should hear something from us, by the end of, not next week, because that's Thanksgiving, but by the 1st of December.
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
All right. Well, I'll call in if I don't hear from somebody.
You will hear from one of us. Thank you, Mr. Hamilton.
You bet.
Thank you for your time.
You worked for my father?
I did, and I worked for you and your father. I came from Fairmount High School.
Oh, okay, yeah, that
When
one time.
Gwendolyn was there.
Okay, we had 2 interns coming in,
Yeah,
yes.
I was one of your interns.
Okay.
I worked there for almost 2 years before I.
Was that long? Because I know we went up to Fairmount Heights afterwards to get some kind of plaque, yeah.
Yeah, I used to work there.
Okay, well, thank you.
I remember your mom and your dad.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for
Thanks
listening to
coming
me,
in.
okay?
All right. Have a
All right.
great day. And we'll let you know whether you can bring those are the 2 gentlemen?
Yes.
We'll let you know if you can bring them with you when we schedule the meeting.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Is there any other citizens that would like to participate that's in the building? You can come on up to the mic. State your name and what street you live on. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Good evening, I'm Lynetta Stevens Wright, and I reside on 57th Street, okay, Place. And I'm just new here, I don't know what's going on, so I'm just trying to learn. I noticed that there are a lot of vacant lots. I noticed that there's a school up. I was wondering what were they gonna do with the old school?
She just talked about that there.
The school. I also had questions regarding assigned parking spaces. And will we have those? And just different things. I have questions that weren't covered on the agenda tonight. I don't know,
Okay, so we don't have a permit parking policy within the town. The school is being renovated into a impact center.
Oh, what's that gonna do?
What you said, it's an impact center.
Okay.
And it's gonna house a culinary arts center and other type of endeavors.
Okay.
Help the citizens of Fairmount.
Culinary and,
So, as I mentioned to the mayor council, the plans are not yet available because it's a historic site.
yes.
Which means it has to go to the Maryland National Capital Park and Plan Act. So, we will keep you updated as we get
Okay, great. And so my concern for the parking spaces are that not everybody has a driveway. And then we have, even though we park on the street, when there's a homegoing or something of nature with the church, we don't have a way to block off our spaces. Maybe you could have something going on with your family that day, and you're planning for your family to come over and park, and you have a funeral, and so it would be nice if they had some kind of parking space or a lot when these things happen, because it's going to happen to all of us one day.
You mean a lot in the community
Well,
for
like,
visitors
like
to
there's,
park in?
like there's a library parking lot, like there are lots that, you know, perhaps could be used for that because it blocks up the streets, and it's just a suggestion.
Okay, because typically parking lots are for like businesses or church.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
But we
So
don't
whenever
have a
the church has,
business on our street that we can create a parking lot for.
we already have enough with the library and others, so there's could be shared spaces, like, you know, where these places that have lots could share it with the church so that it's not all blocking up the community streets where you live on. They're streets, but they're in front of your place, so it's like an inconvenience. Say, like, we don't know what's going to happen and when it's going to happen, but you could have family over. It could be a holiday. It could be something where you just don't want your space where in front of your home blocked up where you can't even park. Like if you go out the night before, like if somebody works at night and they come in the morning, they don't get off to 12, and then they can't get their parking because they have people parking for.
Have you already experienced this parking issue?
Yes, I have.
Really? Because I live on the same street as you, and I've never
Oh, well, I
encountered-
did, and I already did. There was a young woman that I think she, you know, they had a home going for her, and we were there that, I have experienced it.
All right.
So I was just saying, going forward, is it like a plan in place
They're not
for
currently for a
what they
permit.
could work? And I was told that they were working on assigned parking for two cars per each door. You know, it would be nice if they would work on something like
Okay,
that.
they would be the council here, and we will seriously consider it going into the first of the year. We'll put it on the agenda, and we'll
Okay.
discuss it with the council.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And welcome
I'll
to
be
Town of
coming.
Falmouth
I'll
Heights.
be coming because I want to know what's interesting.
And we welcome you to come.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ms.
Thank
Wright.
Just 57 Place.
Yeah, on my street.
Isn't that another 57 Place? You know how to.
No, she's on my street. It's one of our newest residents. All right. Do we have anyone else either online or in the building that would like to participate in public participation or public comment? Oh, someone just said that
The librarian.
the library has no parking after hours, so if you tell someone to park there, their car could be possibly towed. Okay. Did we have any comments online? Anybody, any questions in the chat other than that one we just saw? Okay. If we don't have any more public comments, St. John, did you have anything for announcements?
We kind of covered it already. We know about the tree lighting ceremony, the light contest, and the coat and toy drive, so I think that is it. I don't have anything else.
All right. And don't forget this Sunday at the Masons, 1 to 4 to, I think it's 1 to 4 to pack Thanksgiving Day baskets for the community.
When are they giving the baskets out?
That Monday.
Okay.
So, sorry, I do have one, and I was trying to see if I can get the flyer up here so I can say it correctly. So we are doing, thank you, Ms. Russell. So we are doing the Christmas cards for troops on this Saturday, November the 23rd. They'll be here from 9 to 11. So this is open to anybody, residents, don't have to necessarily be a resident, to come in. We are creating Christmas cards that will go out to troops. We'll have all the supplies that you need to make these cards. So just think about, you know, any veterans you know, or anyone that has served. These are things that'll be very, very great for them to receive and be appreciated, especially ones that may not have loved ones. But this will take place from 9 to 11 this Saturday.
Is it gonna be in the basement?
Yes, in the
Okay.
back of the town
All right, so
hall,
if you know
yes.
any kids that wanna help out, please send them our way. We would love to have the kids help with this project.
And then we just talked about, oh no, this is different. So First Baptist Church of Fairmount Heights will also be doing a fellowship Thanksgiving dinner also on Saturday. This will take place from 11 to 1. So you can possibly come, make a Christmas card, and then go over and get some dinner.
Yeah.
But they'll be doing that from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the First Baptist Church of Fairmount Heights.
I plan to do both.
Thank you, Ms. Russell.
All right. If that concludes our announcements, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye. Good night,
Have a
everyone.
great
Be
evening,
safe
everyone.
driving home.
Thank you for joining us.